Now, the African movie scene is constantly taking an upward rise, with Nollywood the sobriquet for Nigeria's film industry being top on the list. Now, movie producers continue to diversify into all sorts of content that will excite its ever-testy audience. More so when it's the season of love and only 3 days to Valentine. Very strategic. Many lofty movies are set to hit our screens, and today on the program, our spotlight is on one of such movies, Becoming the Turners. This is a web series about how a young newlywed couple navigate the corridors of love, marriage, and romance as they go through their daily lives in pursuit of a happily ever after story. It features two emerging actors, Owumi Ugbeye and Daniel Uzodinma, who play the role of Mr. and Mrs. Turner. Oh my goodness, I do not want to spill all the beans in this program. Now, joining us on the show this morning is the producer herself, who coincidentally used to be a producer of this morning show. We have Bukola Oloyede in the studio.
Hello.
Bukola. Bukola. Let me call you the way our mothers would call that name, you know, those days. But really, so now this movie, this meets becoming the Turners. I mean, it's a web series. It's centered around love, romance, you know, and all the things that make the ladies go, ooh, aww. As a filmmaker, take your time to answer the question.
Okay.
I mean, why did you pick this time of the year? Why did you pick this theme?
So we're constantly telling stories, and we are constantly trying to push the boundaries of the kind of stories that we can tell. Incidentally, this series that I created is like a junior brother to a bigger series that I created last year, which I've kind of put on the back bench for now because it's going to be on a bigger scale. And the reason why I want to tell love stories is because of this particular theme. Of course, strategically, that it's coming out during the Valentine's period, is that we want to be more relatable, right? Tell love stories that you can put yourself in, and another person watching in another country can put themselves in, because, you know, our stories are, I mean, they're a dime a dozen. There's a lot, right? But we want what is real, what's happening right now. So young people are getting married, not knowing 100% what they're getting into, right? And what I want to do is drive conversation. I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life. I'm not trying to tell you how to be romantic or whatever, but I'm just trying to make suggestions and open people's minds to think more broadly, right? And have more conversation. So when you want to get married, what kind of conversations do you have with the person that you're marrying? Do you talk about how many children you want to have? Do you talk about how you're going to spread or divide finance?
You also talk about genotype.
Do you talk about genotype?
To understand the health
do you talk
situation.
about how we're going to make new traditions? Because you come from one family, I come from another family. I've got my family traditions, you've got yours. So when we come together and we leave our families, are we making new traditions, or are we sticking to old? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness, so because I mean, before you go on, I mean, there's a whole lot. You've taken me to a different angle entirely. And I know we have one of the lead cast. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
We have one of the lead cast also here joining us via Zoom.
Yes.
We have Owumi Ugbeye. Owumi, many thanks for joining. I mean, this is a movie that has a lot of people already coming out to say, what's going on? Owumi, tell us really, how do you think the Nigerian audience responds to love stories? Now, this is the time of love. This is the season of love. You guys are very strategic. Just tell us, really.
Okay, I play Chineye Turner, and I'm also the writer of the series. So, Nigerians love love. It's the thing that we kind of defer to, you know, when all the stress. Everybody wants to hear about a love story. Everybody wants to hear about how people are finding happiness, you know, especially in a time where things seem to be hard. So Nigerians love love, and we are ready to give and feed them love. And also, more than anything, we're telling heartfelt stories, relatable stories that can resonate with people as they see and they watch, and learn about Chineye and Ayomide's journey in new marriage.
Now,
So I'm excited to see.
Bukola has also given us what we should look forward to in the series. But I want to come to you as an actor. Now, how far willing
Yes.
are you willing to stretch yourself when it comes to playing intimate roles in web series like this? How far are you willing to let yourself go?
Just before she answers that question, I just have to say something because she wrote the series.
Yes.
She's writing, right? And particularly the first episode is very intimate because it opens with their wedding night, and these are two inexperienced people, hitting the sheets for the first time.
Both of them are inexperienced.
Both of them are inexperienced.
Like #inexperienced.
#inexperienced.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So how was it?
Just putting that out.
Putting that in perspective. I mean, she was just putting in a very tight corner now, Owumi. How were you able to interpret that role? How far were you willing to interpret that role?
We tried to make it as comfortable for both of us as possible. I think it was more finessing than anything. What it appears to be and what it actually is different, but we try to make it as believable as possible. But you can't really go that far, but it looks like you did what you
really?
did. So
Okay, so I know I'm putting you in the hot seat now, but I still have one more question for Bukola. But before I give this to Bukola, let me come back to you again. Now, as an actress now or an actor, what did you enjoy? And also as a writer, because you're playing double roles here, a writer and an actor.
Yes.
Now, what did you enjoy about being part of this series? What part did you enjoy the most in both writing, acting, faking it, making it? Which?
I love that question. I think the thing I enjoyed the most is actually seeing the characters and the stories come to life. Working with Daniel was very easy. He's a very interesting and very chill guy. So we built up our chemistry offset. And then when we came on set, seeing it play out, all of the quarrels and the making up and breaking up, that goes on during the series, it's really enjoyable to navigate. And just diving into the characters and experiencing their lives, experiencing everything they have to struggle with, experiencing their love, experiencing their issues and how they resolve them has been really, really interesting. And working with Bukola obviously has been nice. I've enjoyed it so much.
All shades of
So
blushing
yes,
right now.
I'm
Bukola
excited to see what people see.
Oh, that's so beautiful, Owumi. Thank you so much. It is so beautiful. But before we let you guys go, Bukola, I need to come back to you once again. Now, as a producer, I understand how sets can be. But for people who watch, they think when they're having those intimate time on set, people think it's just the couple. Now, how with having those people behind the scene, what does that feel like? How do you get the actors to actually perform the performance?
So I mean, you have, as Owumi said, I tried to make them comfortable. And part of doing that was clearing the room as much as possible. So only have the people who I need to have in the room so that the actors can be comfortable enough to perform and deliver their act. You have all kinds of directors do things differently, right? Because this is something that I also directed myself. And I just decided, I want something real. I want something believable. But so let me give these guys a shot to express themselves the way that I wanted them to. And having, several cameramen, the sound guy, lights guy, everybody inside, I was like, everybody clear out. Leave me only the cinematographers, the people handling the cameras, and myself as the director.
Beautiful.
So it's just about 3 or 4 of us in the room when
Fantastic.
when the sex scene was happening.
Becoming Eternals. I'm so looking forward to the web series, and congratulations
Thank
on
you
the launch
so
of this
much.
movie. We
Thank
hope
you.
We know this is just the beginning of many more
It is.
to come.
It is.